All right, players are ready to go. Okay, turn 1 ponder, keeping all on top and passing. Bloodstained Mire for Truman. Unmask, pitching unmask, targeting Tony. Floodstrand, Scrubland, Snap, Snap, Ethereal Forager. So no Force of Wills in hand for Tony. Interesting. It's just not a great hand against Reanimator. Snap, Snap, Whale, Fetch, Scrubland. Ethereal Forager is discarded. Fetch here for Truman. Going to 19. Faithless Looting resolving here. Land, Animate Dead, Exhume revealed off this Thoughtseize. Animate Dead down.
At least,
At least now Tony can get another real Forager, I guess. If Exhume resolves. Exhume on the sack. Snap, snap, fetch are the only cards in hand, I believe, for Tony.
It's going
to be Archon of Cruelty facing down another real Forager.
Echo
for
me
me
now?
now?
Oh my
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry everybody.
What
is going on with sound?
I think
I fixed it. Oh no, I didn't fix it. Now I fixed it, I think. Sorry. Is it fixed now? Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Okay, now I can update live totals. Everything related to audio is just going haywire on us tonight. We're gonna have the technical team look at it and report back. And if they don't fix it, they'll be fired. That's how we do things here. My favorite thing, chat, is when I'm not streaming, fixing technical stuff. For next time. That's just my favorite. Enigma Machine, thank you for the resub. 17 months at tier 1 for Enigma Machine. Thank you, Ryan. What's up, Ryan? Mojica says, obviously, everyone has their own opinion, but as someone who's never cast a monkey, I don't think they're a huge problem. Murktide and Expressive Iteration are what makes Delver insane. There's an update on that. All right, Archon of Cruelty has Truman now up to 25 and Tony down to 5. Doing a lot of damage here. Playing a Bayou and Reanimate, targeting Archon, I guess. Okay, that looks like a scoop for Tony. Truman up a game here. Okay, the clock is down to 4 minutes, but that can't be right? I probably forgot to restart it at the beginning of the round. Let's give the players... Let's give them 30 minutes. I probably forgot. Flooded Strand to start the game for Tony. Let's see what Truman has here. Looks like a polluted Delta. Lotus Petal. Bertram says, who's the technical team? The technical team is... It's me. I'm the technical team. It's just me, everybody. Polluted Delta. I know everybody's disappointed. Like, wow, I thought this 90s MTG channel had a real technical team. It's just me. Lotus Petal. Roland, yeah, no. Roland's been on all kinds of adventures lately. Make sure you follow Roland Chang on all the socials. All right, Truman fetching here, going 19. Shadow of Doubt and Response. I love it. Fetching in response to that, of course. And Tony fetching in response to that fetch, which then Truman responds to that fetch. So now there's like 5 fetches on the stack. Are we going to see a stifle here? I don't know if Tony has stifles, actually. Does he? I don't know. Doesn't look like that happened anyway. Badlands and Bayou. Oh, the Shadow of a Doubt stop 1 fetch. Tapping Badlands. Dark Ritual. Witherbloom Apprentice. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, Sedgemoor Witch. Okay. This is looking iffy for Tony. There's Chain of Smog. 2 triggers. Force of Negation on the Chain of Smog happening here. All right. Stops the infinite combos. Both would have been game winning. All right. So Tony needs to deal with these creatures or risk another Chain of Smog ending the game. Looks like the play is going to be Mentor. Yep. It's Mentor. And a fetch for Tony going to 17. Get some Mystic Sanctuary, putting Force of Negation on top. It's pretty good. Ponder, make a monk. That's going to allow Force of Negation to go back to hand. All right, this is a pretty good turn for Tony. This is the last round for today's stream. This is round 6. Tony staring down Witherbloom, Sedgemoor Witch, and a Pest. With a Monk and a Monastery Mentor in play. Monastery Mentor. Let's see how many. Yeah, it's not going to quickly get out of hand, I don't think, because I think Tony only has 1 card left in hand, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, he has 2 at least, because he got back to Force of Negation. All right, offering the trade with Mentor with Sedgemoor Witch here. And it looks like no blocks. Force of Negation on Chain of Smog. Nice. So we kind of knew the Chain of Smog was going to get countered. But Truman chose to fire it off anyway. The Witch does have Menace. It does. but Tony did have a monk to double block with. Ponder, make a monk. Okay, so Tony maybe jumping ahead here. The kind of neat thing about the Witherbloom Apprentice and the Sedgemoor Witch, though, is that, I mean, Truman doesn't need Chain of Smog to win. He can just continue draining and creating pests and attacking with Sedgemoor. Although now the attack seems a little bit less exciting now that there are so many monks. I wouldn't say this is Tony's game yet, though. Here's Teferi. Okay, Teferi's pretty good. Let's see what happens with Teferi. Minus. Are we going to target the witch here? Ward trigger. Tony goes down to 10. So now the monks have been pumped twice this turn. This could be a big attack for Tony, actually. I don't think Teferi stops the chain copy because it's just being added to the stack as a copy. It's not being cast. Am I right on that, chat? And yeah, I agree with you, C-Die. I would have waited with my second smog to clear the way for it. We knew about the Force of Negation in hand for Tony. A little iffy to fire it off, knowing it's going to get countered. And knowing that it's a game-winning play. But here we are. Okay, so one monk getting chumped by a pest. And okay. So blocked Monastery Mentor and a monk. My mistake. And because of the gained life from the pest dying, Truman only took one. All right, here's the third land for Truman, which will allow a hard cast of Sedgemoor. Let's see if it's like a dazed. Does Tony have daze? I'm not sure. That's possible, C-Die. Still risky. Sedgemoor resolves. Mentor and 4 monks plus Teferi for Tony in play. Excuse me. All right, Monastery Mentor attacking here. Looks like no blocks. Truman going to 16. Oh, no, they haven't decided blocks yet. I was a little bit ahead. I imagine there aren't going to be blocks, though. I don't like blocking here. Oh, he's attacking with the monks, too. I totally missed that. My bad. He's attacking with the monks, too, so he was thinking about those blocks. Somehow I just totally didn't see that. Okay, so no blocks. Taking it, going to 12. And plussing Teferi already and passed. 2 cards in hand for Tony. Does Truman have a third copy of Chain of Smog to win the game? All right, going back to Tony. Untap. Draw. Oh, no draw. Something happening here. Okay, going to draw. Can't cast anything on his upkeep with Teferi in play, so... Okay, big attack. I guess this time Truman has to think about some blocks. Okay, no blocks and a surgical hold priority force of negation it to end the game. Looks like. Yep. All right, we're going to game 3. Oh, small thing to announce. This isn't really an announcement. It's just like something that's going on. 90S MTG on Instagram. We're on Instagram. I just shared the link in chat. Follow us on Instagram. It's fun. I'm posting all kinds of exciting stuff on Instagram. Okay, blue to Delta to start the game for Truman. And a Badlands to kick things off. Thoughtseize reveals Force of Will, Brainstorm, Swords to Plowshares, 2 fetches, and an Underground Sea. Comical Flop is here and says, did someone say New York bagels? There are rumors flying around that this channel is all about bagels now. Those rumors are false. It's not true. It's all a lie. Thoughtseize likely going to take Force of Will here. Let's see. Maybe Brainstorm. Maybe thinking about Brainstorm if we're going to try and go off this turn. Okay. Brainstorm down. Are there not a joke question? Are there bagels in Australia? I have no idea. There are. Oh my goodness. My mind is blown. Bertram said this channel is all about nachos. You know, sometimes it is. Okay. So they do have normal food in Australia, apparently. We learned. Bagels, pretzels, and other baked goods like pies and rolls. Interesting. Enigma Machine says, I heard that 90s MTG is going to open a combo bagel shop and LGS in NYC. I don't think I have the patience to run a shop like that. Especially with food. So I'm good at a lot of things. Burning Wish happening here, everybody. This is exciting. I'm good at a lot of things. Customer service is not one of them. That is not a strength of mine. In my jobs I had back in college and high school, part-time working at stores and stuff, I consistently ranked in last place. At least by my own standards. There's nobody really keeping track. Bertram says, I'm sure kangaroo bagels give you a bounce when you eat them. That's true. I bet that's true. That's also true, Lays. Okay, Burning Wish taking a long time here, but getting a Faithless Looting. And Burning Wish now in exile, of course. Faithless Looting now in hand. Force of Will, Swords, Underground Sea, Flooded Strand, and 2 unknown cards about to be in hand for Tony. I'll make the tech team manage the store, yeah. Faithless Looting for Truman here. Let's see if that resolves. Okay, so we learned a lot on today's stream. We learned that I'm bad at customer service. We learned that Australia has normal food like bagels. And we got a couple of tips about sideboarding in the Delver Mirror. So today seemed really productive. Okay, Force of Will was not used, actually. Faithless Looting is resolved. I guess they were just discussing the Force of Will. Okay, thinking about what to discard here of Faithless Looting. Normally, right now, we'd be listening to the players' beautiful voices, but we cannot hear them currently. Truman's at 17, apparently. I guess I missed some damage. Looks like a creature was not discarded. Looks like Lotus Petal and... I'm going to ask. What else was discarded besides the Lotus Petal? Oh, okay. So no creatures in the yard? Okay, great. I know you couldn't hear that, chat, but there's just 2 Faithless Lootings in the yard now. A Lotus Petal and a Faithless Looting were discarded. No creatures in the yard. All right, double fetch for Tony. Going to 18. Okay, doing it one at a time, actually. Okay, so Truman trying to play around Shadow of Doubt, I guess, here. Gets a Badlands. Teferi Time Raveler. Is anybody here in chat like genuinely good at customer service? Like I'm asking a serious question. Does anybody consider themselves like, oh no, customer service, I am like next level? Okay, an Enigma Machine says yes. You know what? Being a Magic judge, I guess you have to be, right? Not Mio working at Home Depot. You know what's up. Yeah. I don't know why that made me laugh, but that was good. Just the attitude of it. Prospering Mike says, used to do phone sales, kind of a necessary skill. That's true. Bertram says, we learned today, do not sideboard Delver on an empty stomach. Avoid having shiny dongles when playing Delver, or you will arouse the monkey. And always put 4 Leviathans in your MTG sideboard. Bertram's been watching a different channel, I think. Something weird's going on. Gristlebrand and a Faithless Looting getting discarded. So now there's a creature in the yard. After the flashback Faithless Looting. Teferi Time Raveler's on the board, though. Unmask pitching Dark Ritual targeting Tony, it looks like. Force Swords in hand for Tony. Pretty good. So what to do with this unmask is the question now. Do you take swords or do you take a Force of Will when there are 2? Okay, so it's choosing to take Force of Will. Swords to Plowshares and Teferi means that Gristlebrand is unsafe at the moment, though. I think Truman only has 2 cards left in hand. By the way, speaking of the number 2, 2 minutes left on the clock. Twitch chat can add time to the clock using channel points if they would like. This is optional. But Twitch chat has that power. Just want to remind everybody. Truman is down to 15. Okay. Teferi plus to 6 and pass. Okay, keeping Teferi available to bounce creatures if needed. Force of Phil added 5 minutes to the clock. Thank you, Force of Phil. What's up, Force of Phil? How's it going? Comical Flop added 1 minute to the clock. Thank you, Comical Flop. So 7 minutes on the clock now. Thank you, chat. I'm sure the players would appreciate it when they watch this back. Which they do. They all watch it back. I'm kidding. Exhume. Exhume on the stack. And we are waiting to see if there's a response. Enigma Machine says, so, since there is a nice sized group here, I do want the opinion. Do multiple arts of basics in a cube tilt you? I'm either getting all onslaught foil basics of the same or 10 of each art. I say choose all different ones. I'd rather have a variety for a cube, personally. Maybe like, 10 of a kind or something like that. But they do not all what do you usually put, like 40 or 50 basics of each type be the exact same one? I think that's kind of boring. And anybody who disagrees with me is wrong. Let's just get that out of the way. Force of Phil, host of Eternal Durdles podcast. Dukes on Twitch is right. Listen at least for the raps at the beginning. Seriously. Oh, Force of Phil just shared a link in chat. Click on that. Bookmark it for later or something. Teferi on 7 now. Source to Plowshare is the last card in hand for Tony. We're going to see a flashback. Faithless Looting. Yeah, I vote for changing it up, Enigma Machine. I would do like even I don't know. I don't know what the math works out to, but just change it up. All right, discarding Entomb and Sedgemoor Witch, it looks like, is Truman. And the Faithless Looting now in exile. And passing the turn. Teferi going down to 4 here. To draw a card, no targets. Swords and 2 cards in hand. And here's a Mentor. It's pretty good. And passes the turn. So sorcery speed, whatever. What do you call it? Being able to cast sorceries at instant speed for Tony shut off this turn. After having it for a couple of turns. Tapping Badlands and Thoughtseize. Targeting Tony. Less than 3 minutes on the clock, chat. If anybody wants to add time, now's the time. Scrubland, Swords are the cards in hand, so Swords is gone. Looks like Truman is now down to 13. The all-powerful Daniel added 1 minute to the clock. Thank you. Perspiring Mike. Thanks for the follow. All right. Bouncing Witherbloom Apprentice with Teferi. We know about the Scrubland in hand. Let's see if Tony has a way to trigger Mentor here. Nope, just attacking. Unmask, pitching Entomb. Targeting Tony. Let's see what's in hand for Tony. We know Witherbloom Apprentice is in hand for Truman. Hard casting Force of Will. What happens if I overpay on the round timer? I'm not sure what you mean. There's 2 minutes left on the clock. Teferi ticked up. Oh no, you won't get those back. We don't have that technology. We don't have that technology. One and a half minutes on the clock. C die just added 1 minute. Yeah, the tech team is in big trouble as it is. They're already there's already a write-up in progress. Chain of Smog on the stack. Witherbloom Apprentice on the battlefield. Is this it? People are on the edge of their seats. This is very exciting. Ooh. Just Polluted Deltas in hand. It looks like that's game. Teferi on top. Ponder on top. All right, since we can't interview the players to wrap up the stream, I feel bad that we won't be able to talk to them.